Go on.
Oh, you got more to say?
I was just saying that I think for even if you are quote unquote new in some ways to the world of attention, I think it's a knowing that the more eyes are on you, the more accountable you are for everything you have to say. And so I think the problem is when you choose to fence it in that moment where it's like, okay, well, you have a platform now and you're saying that you're on the middle. And that middle strip is such a narrow space that it's difficult to really stay there.
Yep.
And so someone said, I think, that it's a black, that the mistake people made was thinking it was a black pod. Because at first I thought the outrage is a bit strong. I don't see why people are so outraged. But then as I start to look at it and you're unraveling layers and you're looking at the things that are said in context, it creates a point of view and a narrative that's difficult to escape from. That is that actually there's a bit more going on here. Because even when you said like, oh, you know what, why would you want to be black? All these benefits of being white and stuff. And I'm like, that's an interesting way to put that. Like, because I think it's the lack of additional context a lot of time. It's like these statements are made. Why do you want to be white? Oh yeah, of course I love being black, but it's almost
What's
as if
so
to say,
green over here?
Yeah.
What's so good about your culture that you want this? What's so good about what we have that you want this?
Yeah, which it kind of gives that, and I don't really know how to defend them, man, from that angle.
It means you don't see the value in
you
your
don't see the value in your culture. You know, even if you see when someone gets into like, I made a purposeful when my daughter was born. Yeah, I hate that my name's just Kevin. Do you know what I'm saying? I hate it. Nigerians, the names mean something. Do you know what I'm saying? The names mean something. You know, like take this as a gift. Like my daughter's name is Joy. Like there's different meanings of joy, but it's like Feishao, Enie. These are like, it's an Ijo name from our tribe, a name from a Yoruba tribe. We put it together, but it's basically Joy. That's my daughter's name. But she's joyful. When I had my daughter, I lost mum, and she brought joy back into my heart, if that makes sense. So it's who knew that even before we named her, that I was gonna experience that. And she was tiny, bro. But this girl allowed me to, is monumental. Fuad probably has a meaning, this whole name. When they ask about how you pronounce your name, yeah? Teachable moment, bro. Your culture, like, it's rich. Like, one thing, Nigerians, we go around with this energy, but then the thing about, like, us is, yes, we do the most, yeah? But at the same time, the pride in our culture, bro. The pride in this is who we are. We know the carry last with the sentences that just we tell you what to expect when you see us. Are you with me? So then it's hard for me to see someone who feels like that. I've already said, and I quickly, because I don't need to agree with you. I just need to know, you're one of them youths. And I'll quickly say, all right, wicked. Big up to you, though.
That's right.
Like, I want you to, don't get twisted.
Congrats from
Hopefully
afar.
they keep winning.
Congrats
I want them to
from
keep
afar.
winning. But you're just not like, you're not part of the tribe that I would envelop for me. And I understand podding is long. We talk for so long on these mics. We're all going to say something stupid.
Yeah.
We're all going to say something stupid. Absolutely.
And that's the thing. It's one of the ones where for me, I'm not into that fence sitting. Let's try and be as palatable as possible. I'm into people being real and having integrity as artists. That's all my people that I look up to are people of that same type of mindset. That's why, and then I hate going back to this so repeatedly, but that Kendrick and Drake thing is definitely a turning point in the industry as far as mindsets and content that we're consuming. Like for me, there's stuff out there that's like enriching, there's stuff that's just a distraction. And the stuff that is a distraction isn't really hitting the same way it used to hit because we're going through real shit in this world. So right now, I look at, like, even when I watch like certain stand-up comics, there's certain guys I just won't watch for an hour. I can't give my mind to you for an hour for you to fill it with nonsense. You understand? And it's that thing where it's like, you look at the content and you think, okay, cool, this is entertaining, but at a deep root, who are you? Who exactly am I listening to? And you start to notice the people without substance, they don't want to tell you who they are. They are happy being right in front of you as a distraction. Shiny thing, shiny thing, shiny thing, shiny thing, loud thing, crazy thing. But you don't know them. What do you think? What do you think, bro? Who am I looking at?
Yeah.
And that's the part that's changing in the industry today, because a lot of people think if I tell them who I am, then some people might not like it and I might lose this crowd and the numbers might go down. Bro, integrity's got to be above that. That's why for me, as the way I approach my career, I'm happy to do, when we do our pod, it's always a thing where people come and they see us and they go, hey, mate, I love you. He goes, this guy here, he's different.
Everywhere.
Because I've made a contract that I have to say my shit in the moment, because I hate that feeling of going home and thinking, I don't like how I didn't give myself. And I've had those moments. That's why there's a part of me that does feel for these guys, because I think when you lot went home, Maybe you didn't feel it. But I felt that moment when you go home and afterwards you shoot shit.
feel it.
That's a bit mad.
Hey.
But the problem is, you lot got work to do. It's not a thing of apology now. You actually got therapy to deep dive. Because when I did therapy, the one thing I realized was all the different versions of myself that I wear in society. Why do I, in a meeting with commissioners, suddenly go, hey, how you doing, mate? Yeah, Travis, nice to see you. I'm a stand-up comic, bro. I'm here on my own fucking steam. And it took a while for me to accept that me, as me, is enough.
Yeah.
And that's not because I was out here on some self-hating thing. I'm a proud man. Yeah. But you feel like you got to put on these different jackets. Now I'm like, fuck the jackets. Walk on, my guy. Nice to finally get you here, Travis. And that authentic energy, and I swear by this,
it works.
Fuck this nonsense that you got to go mainstream, you got to start doing this stuff. No, you don't. We've never had to do that. Look at the cultures that we come from. Hip hop, all our comedy, all our entertainment. It came through as underground and went mainstream. We made mainstream go us. We've never had to come and change shape and start doing all that shit. That's why I always have at my core a frustration with the artist who gets up and changes his voice because he's in front of everybody else. I will always look at you funny if that's what you're doing. That irritates me. That's what my bone to pick with AJ was before I was a big fan. The jokes I used to do about AJ, the way he talks, brother, you punch people in their face. They cannot take that belt from you until they punch you in yours. So that my thing is, the rules don't apply. You can absolutely shift culture, and that's what it does. Hip hop comes up first. Def Comedy Jam comes straight after. Grime comes up. Comedy success comes after. There is a pattern because music introduces culture. Comedy explains it. So when you come up and you explain it and you water it down, you fucking ruined it. That's my bone to pick.
Fucking hell. Wait, hold on.
So sometimes in this game, there's certain people around, certain peers. You don't see me in pictures with them. You don't see me shaking hands. And you wonder, Trav's just a bit different. Trav's fucking mad because I rate you, man. I fucking rate you, man. And I rate the fact that we have the tools that we've always needed. I'm very close to the last generation of comedy in this game. My mum is the foundation of this comedy circuit. I know the stories. I didn't read it. I know the people, bro. Curtis Walker, all these people, they know me. So I know the stories up close. So when I know that we've got the tools to do a madness, and all we really want to do is fit in and do what everybody else does.
And do you know what's so crazy, yeah? And this what's so mad about it, yeah? Is I feel like Trav is just internally. It's this that I feel how he's saying it, yeah? That's why we're friends. That's why we're friends. I swear to you. Because I feel that way. But then I'll never be able to vocalize it like that. But I'm just, as it's going and saying, I'm like, all right, you're a dickhead. I'll quickly say, nah, not for me.
Right off.
Long. Do you know what I mean? Because end of the day, it's true, bro. When you, you should see, when I walk into a room, people don't know what's going on because I'll talk to anyone. I'll talk to the CEO, you know. I'll go into a room and like, you right, everyone? I'm here. What's going on? It's the maddest thing. I know it's mad, but then even when I got this work experience at Sainsbury's, they put me in. I was trying to this is when I thought I was going to be in marketing. Yeah. I've gone in there, open plan office. I'm a mad yeet, you know, when I actually think about it. Gone upstairs, and I'm thinking, well, this morning, I've walked in. You see my face. You know me. So the settings. I'm gonna want to say, we're running out of time to not say hello to each other.
This guy wants to
say hello, everyone. As I'm walking through to my desk.
Open plan setting.
Open plan desks. You're right. I'm getting now. Obviously, tea's a thing to do, but I don't drink tea. I come with high juice. Anyone want some high juice? I'm about to make myself.
This guy, bro.
Brother.
He's him in any room he's
I'm going to be me. I will be me. It's just, what do you call it? Don't get this. It's now when you get to know me and understand me as a person, because I don't need to, I don't feel like people need to go out there and say, I need to show you my blackness.
No, you ain't gonna be no activist.
No, I ain't saying go in there and say free at last, free at last. No one's saying
by any means.
But I ain't saying that, because in me just being me is my activism. In me being me is my activism. You might have to understand we're not a monolith. We're different. It's different types of blacks. Yeah. So
you can't meet me and KG and go, yeah, all black people the same.
We're not.
Do you know what's interesting? And I think my view on this has kind of changed over time because I used to kind of more subscribe to the idea that we're all individuals and I don't have to, the way I act doesn't represent my race. But what I did see when I used to work in local authority was, I never forget, I used to go to work and I would put on the RP a little bit, like I'd speak slightly differently. So when I work out, in my mind, I think I'm just being professional. So I'm speaking very in a professional manner. But what I saw was someone that I worked with, a manager. I remember we were doing this project in the community I lived in. So I lived in this community, but I was working in local authority as well.
Cool.
So then I remember a manager, I can't remember the situation, but she said to me, oh, well, you don't talk like them, do you? And I was like, well, no, not at work. And the look on her face, she was like an Australian lady, so she's not from London, so she doesn't know all the London ways. But look on her face when I said, oh yeah, it's not at work, was such confusion. She's like, but you can't speak like that. I was like, of course I can. And she was almost like defiant, like, there's no way you can sound like them. And I was like, yeah, just walk on, what's going on, you get me? And I said a couple of things, and the shock on her face, the shock, she could not believe, in her mind, it was impossible that this person, she saw me probably as being one of the good ones, is what I kind of got from the way that she acted. And I was like, oh. And I think from that moment, I realized that it's important to allow people to see different dimensions of your culture, to understand that the same person that can wear a suit and be very formal in a meeting can also be the same person that could be chatting in a barbershop. And that doesn't make either wrong, right or wrong, not bad or good. It's just there's the spectrum that people exist along.
Because what you're describing is code switching. Code switching is a survival mechanism when you really break it down. To exist in this workplace, I'm going to talk like this so that everybody feels comfortable around me. This is the deep root of where that comes from. In order for me to kind of have this job and you guys feel like it's okay for me to be here, I'll speak like you guys. You all right, Gary? You all right, mate?
Right.
And it switches on. And that's one of the things I realized I was doing outside of work, even though I don't work in a 9 to 5 anymore. It's so ingrained to do that. I'd have a meeting with a TV commissioner and I'm doing that. And it was those moments that hit me in the face like, bro, you've come in as yourself, bro. Like,
brother,
to put that cloak down. Yeah. But I understand the corporate environment still requires it. And I don't look at it as a thing where it's be yourself, bro. That's not.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. The point I'm making is that my decision to present myself a certain way to make me fit in what I'm thinking at work better means that I'm further alienating anyone that comes from where I come from. So on the state where I live, there's a way that we are. There's people that might not speak great English, but they're great people. There are people that might not speak great English and they're bad people. But the fact that some people can't realize that you don't have to be this version of a black person for it
to be okay.
Yeah, and I think it was that I started to realize that some people in their mind, they think a good black person looks like this, a bad black person looks like this, or they speak like this and they speak like that. You can have, just as you can have in any other race, any other culture, people can exist on a spectrum, good and bad, and they can be formal, well-spoken, or they can be rough around the edges and speak with slang or speak with a twang. And that was what I realized that
100%
is the danger of the code switching element, was that you don't get people don't get to see that people have
not getting to know each other.
Can I?
So this is my performance.
I want you to see this video. I want you, because this code switching thing's interesting.